Hey everybody, welcome back to the Phantom's Den. We are here with another VoicePlay React. This time we're going to be watching their Moana medley. Now, I have seen a lot of their work recently. I really enjoy this acapella group. I love all the stuff that they do. It's very tight, very intricate, their harmonies. Rachel Potter's being featured in this one. I love her as a vocalist. She's extremely talented and she does a wonderful job with all the Disney stuff that they do in collaboration together. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Let's check these guys out and I'll give my commentary as we go.
Moana, make way, make way.
Ellie, all right.
Moana, it's time you knew. The village of Motonui is all you need. Consider the coconut. The what? Consider its tree.
Each part of the coconut, that's all we
Yeah, coming in hot.
need.
We make our nets from the fibers. The water is sweet inside. We use the leaves to build fires. We cook up the meat inside. The village believes in us. That's right.
Ooh, nice. Really strong start. Okay, that's awesome. First of all, I'm loving Ellie's kind of singing quality he's given because this is more in his baritone range, so it's given him the ability to play around more with the characterization of it. It's great. Jeff coming in hot with that scoop up into that bass note. That's awesome. Lane is doing a great job really adding in a variety of sounds to make it sound like there's almost an entire, like, tropical drum kit along with them along this ride. Like he's doing a lot of ticking sounds, a lot of booshes. Like I'm not a beatboxer, so I can't give technical words to the sounds that he's making, but I just know that he is doing a fantastic job keeping rhythm and he is making it very unique. And I love here in the section that Rachel and Earl are both doing almost in canon the backing vocals together to be able to add layering into this opening part of the song. So fantastic start.
The village believes.
Nice crescendo.
Gives us what we need, and no one leaves.
So here I'll stay, my home, my people beside me. And when I think of tomorrow, there we are. I'll lead the way. I'll let my people to guide me. We'll build our future together. Where you are, where you are.
All right, before she jumps into her song, I love the staccato in the background that Earl and Ellie are doing. Even, I believe Jeff is even doing his own. It's just a really low kind of bass line. Rachel has a beautiful, very beautiful Disney princessy sounding voice. It's very light, very poppy. I know she can do a wide variety, but she does an amazing job lending herself to the Disney genre and the Disney style. It's in the mask, it's light, it's breathy, it's very pop sounding. It's, very friendly, almost in a way. And she does a wonderful job adapting that and singing softly, too, because she is a powerhouse vocalist. But her technical prowess and her vocal flexibility and the gymnastics she can do, like, I know she can do a lot more, and I bet she'll cut loose at some point in this, but I'm already impressed with what she's doing.
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember.
Hey.
Never really knowing why. I wish
Nice.
I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water. No matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make.
And he sounds just like a drum kit. Insane.
I know where I cannot go, where I long to be.
See the line where the sky meets the sea.
It calls me.
It calls me, calls
No
me.
one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my
Woo,
sails
boys, all right, I hear you.
behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go.
Oh, God, that was just glorious. Absolutely fantastic, man. They are all just vocal beasts. It is insane. I love how tight Earl and Ellie are in the background with their little trills and their runs and their harmonic, like, riffs that they're doing. It's just insane. Yeah, oh my God, Lane leading up, like, he literally sounded like a snare drum there. It was insane. Just how, God, he's just, his rhythm is just absolutely insane. Oh my God. And obviously Jeff, holding down the bass line. I'm excited to see what they let him do in this one. I'm sure it'll probably be like the villain song that tends to be where the bass goes. But yeah, no, and Rachel did a great job making Moana's piece her own. She added in some pop trills and runs there to kind of play around and show off, what she can do. But it still sounded so much like the style, though. Like, they're staying on Disney brand, but they're doing a fantastic job of still making it their own, and that is incredible. Being able to kind of mesh the two worlds together. You have Disney, and you have more like this kind of pop-centric group, and even though Disney is kind of its own form of pop in a lot of regards, they still were able to mesh the two together to make the vocal their own, and plus this is an original arrangement. I'm absolutely sure it has to be, because it's a medley, and I'm really loving the transition so far. It's very, very clean. Like, it reminds me a lot of the Little Mermaid one I reacted to a while ago, because they're both, kind of tropical themes, and they have like all the various songs kind of flowing together with all these cool effects. So yeah, it's just, I'm really liking it so far.
Hey! Open your eyes, let's begin.
Nice.
Yes, it's really me, it's Maui. Breathe it in.
Haven't been the strong man, I like it.
It's a lot, the hair, the bod.
Damn, dude.
Staring at a demigod.
Woo, some big biceps.
What can I say except you're welcome for the tide, the sun, the sky. Hey, it's okay, you're welcome. Take it away.
Kid, honestly, I could go on and on. I could explain every
They have him
nature
as the
phenomenon.
chicken.
The tide, the grass, the ground. That was Maui just messing around. I killed an eel, I buried its guts. Sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's
Ooh, hold on a second. Okay, first of all, I'm going to go back to that, but also, now that I have a pause, I just want to mention, since Earl is such, like, he's almost a contra tenor. I don't know if that's entirely certain, if he's just a high tenor or a contra, but just hearing his voice, because normally it's so naturally sits so high, it kind of reminds me of Mitch from Pentatonics a little bit. Just they have the similar kind of high, resonating, very thin style of singing. It's a lot of fun getting to listen to him more in a baritone range, because obviously, The Rock can barely sing, so him singing Maui song, which is mostly spoken song or shout singing, as some would say, it was a lot of fun hearing just his tight, like, it sounded simple, but his control and being able to hear his laser-like pitch that low down was just very novel. So it was really nice getting to hear that. But also just this 3-part harmony they just did, where they oh my god, just listen to this again.
Maui just messing around? I killed an eel, I buried its guts. Sprouted a tree, now you got coconuts. What's the lesson? What does it take away? Don't mess with Maui when he's on the breakaway. And the tapestry here in my skin is the map of the victories I win. Look where I've been, I make everything happen. Look at the men in the
God,
Maui.
it's disgustingly good.
Little Maui's having trouble.
Oh, all right. Before we get into that, I know I already mentioned it, but I gotta say it again. Just those crunchy chords, being able to execute something like that with that seamless and that flawlessly, like, it seems so underrated and it's underappreciated in the sense that it goes by so fast, and most people are focused, like, the average audience goer, the viewer or listener, whatever you want to say, they're usually focused on the soloist, which, yeah, sure, makes sense. They're being featured, and they're not there to listen to the backing vocals. But, I mean, even intelligent audience members who aren't performers can tell whether or not an ensemble or backing vocalist is capable and whether or not they're doing their job correctly. And the beautiful thing about being in a cappella groups like this is not only do you need to be strong enough to be a superpower on your own and to be a standout featured soloist every time, you need to be good enough to hold your own in an ensemble or in, like, a quartet, I could almost say. Just being able to, like, know your part, get it perfect, and be able to actively listen to one another while you're singing so nobody overpowers each other. You need to be able to hear every single part because you're all on your own vocal line. And that was a beautiful example of, I could hear Rachel, I could hear Earl, I could hear Ellie, and I could hear Jeff all indistinctly with one another, but they blended beautifully to create that 4-chord harmony that you were hearing behind Lane's rapping, and it just enhanced it so much more. Because not that his rapping or anything isn't impressive, it's just I'm far more impressed by the crunchy harmonies that they executed in microbursts, one after the other like that, with, like, no hesitation, no mistakes. Again, I don't know, I doubt they're singing this live. They might be, but I'm sure there was a lot of post-production because this is a music video. But I'm sure they could probably sound almost exactly like that live. I'm sure they can.
You little semi-demi mini guy. Ouch! What a terrible performance. Get the hook. Get it? You don't swing it like you used to, man. Yet I have to give you credit for my start and your tattoos on the outside. For just like you, I've made myself a work of art. I'll never hide, I can't, I'm too shiny. Watch me dazzle like a diamond in the rough. Strut my stuff is so shiny. Send your armies, but they'll never be enough. My shell's too tough, my man.
Man, Man, something else that's underrated too that I think I haven't pointed out in a while is Ellie's bass line. Man, just when Jeff takes the front and Ellie has to cover that bass tracking, it's obviously not nearly as deep. He's not a super bass, but like my God, just the dude has range. Like everybody in this group has range. They can all sing so many octaves and so many styles and genres. And being able to hear Ellie rock that bass line while Jeff is rocking the front vocal is just really, really, really impressive. And something cool too about that little ow that Jeff did, based on reading comments and a little bit of research that I've done and just familiarizing myself with this group more, Jeff actually wanted to be like a tenor rock singer, and so he was training himself to do that. But as his voice started taking other paths, like he can still, surprisingly, like in some of these other pieces that I've heard and that have just been mentioned to me in comments, he's able to get up to, I want to say he hits like a B4 or like a even almost a I think a B4. I think he hits in like Oogie Boogie or something. Like he has incredible range. Like he can do about 4.5 octaves. I think someone correct me. I'm sure I'm wrong, but regardless, just like being able to see, Ellie going from like, I've heard him skrelt some incredible rock notes. I've heard Jeff skrelt incredible rock notes, and they can both get down into that basement bass range. That is just such dedication to their craft. It's incredible.
You can try, but you can't expect a demigod to beat a decapod. Look it up. You will die. Now it's time for me to take apart your aching heart. You'll never be quite as shiny. You wish you were nice and shiny.
Ooh.
I have crossed the horizon to find you. I know your name. They may have stolen the heart from inside you.
I know it's not the best place to stop, but I want to be able to talk about this without getting blocked. My God, just, yeah, obviously I know Jeff can go that low. I've heard him sing that low before, but just hearing it and like in such a reserved and warmed state and sustained for so long, like he held that for easily probably about 10-11 seconds, like, and that's unbelievably impressive. I love the echo effect that they have on Earl and Ellie here for their backing vocals, because it makes it sound like they're inside a cave, which in the movie she's not in a cave at this part, but like I get what vibe that they're going for, and it's really cool to have this echoing chamber effect to be able to make it sound like their vocals are almost farther away. Rachel, again, I'm not to take away from her. She's doing a great job. She sounds good. She still has that light poppy princessy style, and she's executing it very nicely. But just the guys, though, my God, just, Jeff holding on to that bass line just so well, and the two guys with their echoing effect, just, amazing. Oh, even Lane's in there, too. That's awesome. Ooh, Earl, yes. She is in complete vocal control. So fun to listen to her. Woo! Yeah, Rachel, get it. Excellent. Beautiful. That was some great stuff from them. Oh, God, what a fun arrangement. What a great way to incorporate all those songs and just giving everybody their standout moment. I love that this group does that, where everybody, whenever they do these medleys like this, everyone in the group gets their own song up into themselves. So it relegates everyone to the back at some point. They have to do their part to support each other. They have to be good enough to be able to cover each other's parts as well. And then everybody else needs to be strong enough to be able to stand on their own and add their own character and flair to things. Jeff's low notes. Lane's ridiculous. My God, his snare drum is just so realistic to me. It's just insane. Earl's countertenor and being able to hear his baritone. Ellie's bass line, and then his speak singing was just so warm and casual. And then Rachel's incredible mix belt. It is so clean. It is so tight. I'm never nervous listening to her. Like, they're all just superpowers unto themselves, and it is such a pleasure to get to listen to them collaborate together, because they're the kind of performers that not only you root for and you can connect to, but listening to them synergize with one another in performances like these are what, like, just a cappella groups and performing is all about. Like, it's just so much fun, active listening, emotional relating, the kind of stuff that, like, you thrive as a performer doing and getting to participate in. These are the things that you live for and that you work tirelessly hours and hours for the opportunity to get to continually do again and again. And they just embody that so beautifully. So I really love this group. This is such a fun song. I love Disney. Moana is a great movie. I love the soundtrack. They did a wonderful job incorporating most of the pieces in it, and they made it original of their own because it's their own arrangement that they did. So just bravo to them. That was really fun. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Link down in the description below for the original. Let me know what else you'd like me to check out. I know I've gotten requests to check out a lot of their Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. I'm going to save that closer to when we get to Halloween and Christmas so we can have some holiday-themed things to be able to release this year. But other than that, I will check out the rest of their catalog. I'll keep checking out Pentatonics, Home Free, all those guys that you want me to see. And we'll just keep building our list together. But yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this. Have a great day, and I hope to see you again real soon.